And the question is, women are struggling to find men that they can date.
Okay, couple things. Number one, black women cannot, shall not, should not expect a black man to be able to provide them with the same type of a lifestyle that a Caucasian can provide for the white female, because the Caucasian benefits from white privilege, the black man suffers from white racism. So
I thought we was gonna be able to get into this a little bit, and for me to hear a little bit more before we start jumping off the bridge. But this is crazy. This is crazy. I mean, expectations and all of that. It looks like we're gonna do a full breakdown on this one, ladies and gentlemen, because again, y'all gotta stop taking advice from people when it comes to relationships that is not successful when it comes to relationships. Yeah, you gotta stop taking it. I don't care where you at. I don't care what country you're from. I don't care where you reside in. It's insane. I mean, the victim Olympics is crazy. We still leaning on white privilege? Seriously? Let me hear more before we break it down.
we should not be, no sister should be looking for a European equivalent or an African equivalent of a European. A black man has to work twice as hard to get half as much. So although I can appreciate the financial equity, but if you are a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer as an African woman in Australia or America or the UK or Toronto or Johannesburg, looking for a black man who has financial equity with your type of career success, that's going to be difficult. You might got to tone it down a little bit. What I find as a therapist who works with couples, married, divorced, and otherwise, too often black women prioritize a man's income over his masculinity, meaning he can provide. He's willing to help with those children. He will nurture you, look out for you, but he might not be able to put you in a Mercedes. He might not be able to help you with that $1 million mortgage. And I've seen black women turn down good men, very good men, because he didn't have the economics, but he had everything else.
And the problem with this conversation is that in order to substantiate the argument, it's always a tale between two extremes. So there's a difference between somebody being adequate, and we got to talk about really being equally yoked. First, I don't know how somebody can coach somebody in a relationship as a therapist when you don't necessarily have the results. That's crazy to me. But let's just remove that as a part of the conversation before we deep dive. It's always a tale between two extremes, right? There's one thing to say that, okay, you know what? Well, you shouldn't turn down good people or guys that's operating in their masculinity or whatever. You got a good job, blah, 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 blah. But it's another thing to say, but he can't put you in a Mercedes. For some reason, and give me a little bit of rope here, people are acting like they not normal. Like most of us, 99.9% of us are normal. It is a reason why they call it the top 1%. So you have to go into this with integrity and authenticity and speaking to the majority. And I don't even think that it's even important to mention a Mercedes or anything like that, right? That's not even your demographic. That's not even your core audience. You got to think realistically. And most of the time, what people are not talking about is that you have to be equally yoked. Usually you are what you attract. And so if you are a person that talks to dusty people all the time, men or women, then that's the type of, you know what I'm saying, energy that you're gonna get. If you're the type of person that, attract the type of people that got good character, that's the type of energy that you're gonna get if you surround yourself with great people, right? So it's really not even about that. And again, I just hate this whole victim Olympics conversation. You can't expect them to provide the same way as a European. Crazy talk, bro.
Sisters need to be careful not to fall into this European narrative of judging men primarily by how much they make.
I can agree with that. I think that these are two extreme scenarios here. Because I think if a man...
Honest to God, I've never seen this before in my life. Honest to God, I've never seen this before in my life. And she literally just said exactly what I said.
We're talking about financial equity.
Thank y'all
If he
for sending this
is
to
making
me.
enough to build a household with you, to be a leader in the household, I think women are okay with that. I think that's not what they're getting. I think they're getting the other end of the spectrum. That's what we're hearing. You know what I mean?
Would you have a problem if you met a man who made half of what you made, or a third of what you made, but he had a financial vision of an empire, a business, some sort of an entrepreneurial undertaking.
See, I think that's
Stay with me.
dangerous.
Stay
I
with
think
me.
that's
Let me
dangerous.
finish it, and then I want you to respond. And he needed you to help invest in his dream. And he gave you a definitive timeline.
Nah, dog. Listen, man. Never stay at a woman's house. Never ask a woman for money. And I'm cool with people going 50-50 or 100 or whatever it is that you want to define it for. But as a man, never move into her house. That's A. Unless, you know what I'm saying? And it's always circumstance, whatever. And I always think that there's context to everything. So, I advise people to build with the person that you got young because y'all ain't got nothing together. And so y'all might as well go all in on it together because you got a vested interest in seeing each other be successful. But let's say you older. Look, dog, never depend on a woman to fund your dreams. I don't care where you at, who you are, what you got going on. Never ask a woman to fund your dreams, dog. You can tell her to hold you down. You could say, hey, endure with me until this, whatever, so on and so forth. But man, she is not a bank. And a woman should never depend on a man to fund her dreams either. Listen, we in different times and different circumstances, and this dusty behavior got to go away. It got to go away. You're going to have to date your wage on both ends. What a W. I don't think that guys need to be dating down no more. You need to start aligning yourself with people that's in the same space that you in, because usually, in most instances, your wage is commensurate with your maturity as far as where you are in life. If you, for example, are a person that's incredibly professional and you bringing a chick in from McDonald's, no disrespect to people that work at McDonald's, but you bringing in a cashier, she can't stand, next to your partner. She can't have a conversation with certain people. She don't even understand the type of stuff that you go through. It's not the same. You know what I'm saying? She didn't build this with you. She don't understand what you go through, whatever, so on and so forth. If you are a chick and you dealing with a homosexual, what do you think? I mean, everybody got an idea. Everybody got an idea. Everybody got a thought. Everybody got a vision. Everybody want to start a company. Everybody, man, who's to say that idea is even good? You know what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter is, never move in with a chick as far as moving into her place. I don't even think that people should be moving in with each other before they get married anyway, but that's just my opinion. I'm going to remove that from the conversation because that's based off of my upbringing, my spirituality, and all of that. I believe that you should marry before you carry and all of that. But, man, never, ever, ever, under no circumstances, are you asking a woman to invest in your dreams? If she invests in time, if she invests in effort, if she's carrying a load as far as, filling a position that you may need her to help with, man, I'm not asking no woman for nothing. Not no money, no none of that. Never. I don't know where this dusty behavior is coming from. I don't know what y'all talking about, but invest in my dream. What? Nah, we not doing that.
He said, give me 12 months or 24, no more than that.
2 years?
If you invest in me, I promise you what I'm going to build will equal where you are.
If you invest
would you have
in
a
me?
problem investing in
That's
him?
wild.
What does investing in him mean?
Let's say he needed $700
And
a
guys,
month.
I'm with y'all, dog. Like, I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm an equal opportunity smoke giver. And I hold everybody accountable, but no, dog. No. And the same thing on the flip side.
To help fuel this dream, he needed $700
What a business
for
that you need
24
$700
months.
a month
Could
for
you do
24
it?
months.
You're reluctant.
What business
I
is
am
it?
reluctant. I am
Tell me why.
reluctant because what's the guarantee?
There is no guarantees in love. There is no guarantees in romance.
And
If
also,
you need a
I think
guarantee, you can't get in it.
context matters. How long have
agree.
we been together?
I agree.
You know,
Context does matter.
if it's just a guy that I met last year and all of a sudden he has these dreams
Smart.
and
No,
he
y'all
wants me
been
to
dating
fund
for
it.
about 2 years. You like him. There might even be some love there. And he's saying,
There might be
invest
some
in
love
me.
there is crazy. There has to be some love there.
Let's say there
has
is.
to be a future there. And I think that's what I'm saying. Context
Umar is
matters. If I
wild,
see
bro.
myself with
But
this
you didn't
man,
answer the question. Let's say
Yeah.
all those things are there. Will you financially invest in him?
Nope. She ain't.
Be honest, my queen.
My queen.
They already answered for you. They said hell to the nizzo.
yeah.
Why
Look,
not though?
I
Why do
don't
you
want
have a
nothing from nobody unless it's coming from the bank, bro. I don't want nothing from nobody individually unless it's coming from the bank. Unless we partnering together and we putting in on this and we removing the love part because you can't sleep with the people that you're doing business with often at times when it comes to these type of financial transactions that's outside of marriage. Nah, dog, I'm good.
problem with that? Given the atmosphere of racism and
My
economic
pride.
oppression that black men suffer in
Oh my
Australia, why would you
God.
have a
but what
problem
are black
investing
men
in your
subject to
king?
that
I,
women are not? We're
Say that
going through
again.
the same thing.
True, but it operates differently. The racism against black men is significantly more aggressive than the racism against black women. Now, I don't want to get into an oppression
Yeah,
Olympics because I
yeah.
agree with you. We all suffer and we suffer together. But a man's primary responsibility is to be a provider. And we don't feel adequate as men when we can't provide. So your king, who you love, who you've been dating for 2 or 3 years, is saying, baby, invest in me for these 18 to 24 months. And I promise you, I will cross that finish line. You're still reluctant.
I'm
Why?
reluctant. I'm reluctant. As my husband, if we were married and something like that happened, of course, I would be open to doing that.
But
Makes
would you be
sense.
open to even marrying him if he was not the provider you needed him to be? He's saying, help me level up so I might
Help
can
me
become the
level
person
up.
you want to marry. He's asking you to help
Help
him
me
level
level
up.
up.
I
Let me
think,
tell you why you're reluctant. And I don't have a problem with your reluctance, but I want to
Crazy.
explain something.
Okay.
And I
And I'm
want all
trying to
my
be
young
objective.
sisters to hear me. A big difference between the snow bunny and the African queen is the snow bunny will find a black man in progress. She will find him on the job. She will find him on the university. And that snow bunny will see a black man with potential and she will invest in him. She will help him level up. And then when the sisters see him 5 years ago, 5 years later, he's a millionaire. And the sisters say, look at that sellout. He went and got a white girl. But guess what? When he was looking for a sister to help him level up, to invest in him, none
That's all cap. That's all cap. Because what happens is they just ride the wave and they just with him, and it doesn't necessarily mean that they invest in any. And finding a dude at the university is much different. Man, get out of here with this nonsense, bro. You know what? Honestly, we all just need to take accountability and responsibility for who we are and where we are in life. That's just the facts of the matter. That we gotta take responsibility for who we are and the self-inflicted wounds and the decisions that we make in life. Wherever it is that I am, I deserve to be there. Good or bad, successful or failure. Whatever it is that I am in life, I deserve to be there. Now, you can sit there and debate with that. I own wherever it is that I am in life. It ain't a woman's fault. It ain't another guy's fault. It's my fault on the decisions that I make every single day. I don't need nobody to level up with me, and anybody that's with me help me. You know what I'm saying? It was riding with me from the beginning, but I put my own money up, my own sweat equity, and my own dedication to it. It just is what it is. Man, this is crazy. Again, I think it's a difference from riding with a person versus a man asking a woman for money. That's homosexual, energy right there. Anyways, y'all let me know what y'all think. I'm open to the possibility that I'm wrong. Uh, make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Also, Teach Henley 40% off your first order plus 20% off of life. I love you. I appreciate you. Y'all let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Peace.